250 hours on a stock KTM 300 piston. We're gonna do the top end today. Hey guys, Rado here. We are at Jay's place, Dirt Bike TV Garage, and we are going to take care of our top end today. We got brand new Vertex piston. We're gonna check that compression again and just show you everything, show you the compression and all the process. And again, this is a stock KTM piston with 250 hours. This is a Vertex piston that comes stock in these bikes, and that's exactly what we're gonna use now when we are going to rebuild it.
We're going to check the compression right now, just like so, wide open. It's got a lot of compression. You sure you didn't change the piston?
No, he said it's stock.
So we're like at 200 psi, which is really good. Actually a tiny bit more. Boom. So that's really good.
Here we go, RKtech head. This comes with the insert. This is the insert, and it has these little ribs around. It helps with the power, and you can really feel it. That's what David was saying, and that's what I have also on my 2012 Slovakia build, and the bike runs really good. So right here you can see there's a little bit of build up. We're gonna clean that, but it's not too bad. Maybe I'm gonna get new O-rings that are underneath this insert. We'll see, but this puppy is going back on the bike. Alright guys, here we go. The cylinder doesn't actually look bad at all. There are no marks, like a deep mark or something that would worry us that we would have to send it over to Millennium to get it replated. It looks pretty good for the amount of hours it has, 250 hours all stack. So we feel pretty confident to put it back. Of course, we are going to give it over to Brad at Parapros. He will hone it, clean it, also take apart the power valve, clean all that carbon buildup, everything, and make it as good as new.
Okay, so we got this little tool from 2Ride that holds the piston in place. It's kind of cool, and it wasn't very expensive, and it helps you. It's supposed to be just for one person. I can be doing this right now, but it allows you to hold the. Okay, stop. Right, so we got the piston pin to be able to knock out without putting a bunch of pressure on the rod, and we'll use it when we install as well. It's kind of a cool little deal. It's not going to help you if you lose the circlip, so I still have some paper towels down here, so if I were to drop the circlip, I'd be in good shape.
Alright guys, here we go. Piston, 250 hours stack KTM piston, which is actually Vertex piston. It doesn't look too bad, honestly. Doesn't have a lot of wear marks, no scratches here like a visible big that would worry me. So definitely KTM 300 was taken care of quite well. We got everything ready for putting this top and back together. Our cylinder got cleaned. The power valve Brad over at Parapros, he took it all apart and cleaned it nicely so there is no carbon buildup. Everything is nice and clean, everything works smoothly. That's done. He honed the cylinder. Everything looks really good inside in the cylinder. We got this Vertex piston. It's a little bit bigger. It's a B size, so slightly bigger since we have 250 hours on this stock cylinder. Then we got this B piston, and then what I had to do, this is the RKtech head that was on the bike. But you know, these heads, they come with different inserts for different elevation, different kind of fuel, and also what you can do, you can have a thick gasket on the base gasket under the under your cylinder, and then you need different insert for that. So I reached out to RKtech and I told them that I'm at 4,000. I want to ride fuel pump, fuel gas 91 octane. And also I wanted to have that thick gasket. What it does, it changes the porting in a cylinder. The opening of the pores are, you know, a little bit different because you have these two gaskets together, so it's a little bit thicker, and it gives you better mid and top power. So I have it on 2012 Slovakia and really runs good.
Okay, we've been working on this 300 for a while. We've got a lot of stuff all out here around the bike, all dialed in. Chains, sprockets, all that kind of stuff. We went ahead and put a new V-Force recage in there since this one was old. We wanted to make sure it was good. I had a brand new one, a nice luxury I have. We went through the carb to make sure that this key-in was all set up well with the stick. They have a new white needle we're trying out. Right now we're optimistic that that's going to be good. We're in the second clip right now with a 180 main and a 50 pilot, and so we're going to see how that works. That's what I'm hopeful that will be good. We're just going to finish. I got a little cool Motion Pro tool here, and you can use a razor blade, and we're cleaning off all the gasket surface around our base here. We're going to put our gaskets on.
These KTM circlubs are really difficult to install. They're very tough, and you better put some goggles on. They might hit you in the eye.
I have a couple tools on order that I'm going to try.
Motion Pro makes them, or?
No, a couple guys make custom ones.
Oh, okay. I think Brad has Motion Pro that we used when we did some engines.
That actually did pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Did pretty good. Okay, so now you're going to push the wrist pin back out a little bit. So, and then you always want to make sure that the clip moves. See how we don't like to leave the opening there, so I like to turn it. And they can be tough to turn. There's so much pressure on these things.
You just want to make sure that it sits all around.
Yeah, that it's fully seated.
Yep.
Some people got a good hand, never wondering if they can. But I've been fighting what I'm feeling, needing something to believe in. Oh, lift me up from the valley. Oh, lift me up from the storm. Oh, lift me up from the valley. Oh, lift me up, baby, let it shine.
Okay, so hopefully Rado fast forwards the first 5-6 attempts. I spent about 8-10 minutes. 8 or 10 minutes.
Not bad.
Which is about 6 or 7 minutes longer than if I were to do like a YZ251. So it's that much different. So if you're not familiar with it. Now, once I got it seated in there, I walked it down just like I did with the one on the bench. And then you also want to put your finger in here or a tool or something and make sure that the wrist pin still moves back and forth just a little bit so that then you know that your clip. So I want to be over here and be able to push on the wrist pin and that it move over to this side, and I can feel it move back and forth just a hair. It only moves back and forth just a little bit, and you can see that we're fully seated in here. And so the next time I do this, I'm going to have a better tool. So far I'm liking this 2-ride tool. We're going to use that to install our cylinder right now. You don't want to forget your paper towel. So now we're kind of done with that. We can pull that paper towel out. Or if you can have a cloth towel, whatever you're used to. So at this point we're going to go like this. Get our piston down here. Make sure our rings are still in good position here. I'm going to turn this one just like that. Let's see if we can work with it right there. Lube right here. And you want to just coat your cylinder wall, not real thick, just a little bit all the way around. This is after I've cleaned it. Washed it with soap and water, and then we do contact cleaner with some paper towels and make sure it's all really clean. And then just get some assembly lube. Or if you have a little 2-stroke oil, you can use that as well. Okay. That's it. Now we're ready to put it on.
Get on up, raise your head and hold it high, let it shine. Get on up, you are more than meets the eye, so let it shine. Are you ashamed of how you're looking?
So you have to lift up a little bit on the cylinder and move up the power valve to get this nut started on this side right here. Just get it started with your fingers like that.
My head down low, as long as I'm living, yeah. Oh, lift me up from the valley. Lift me up, lift me up, lift me up from the storm. Lift me from the storm. Lift me up from the valley. Lift me up, lift me up. Baby, let it shine. Get on up, raise your head and hold it high. Let it shine. Get on up. You are more than meets the eye, so let it shine. Get on up, raise your head and hold it high. Let it shine. Get on up. You are more than meets the eye, so let it shine.
We have our new head with the lower dome setup that Rado was talking about. We put the new O-rings in here. I put a tiny bit of grease to keep them in place. Tiny bit of grease on this O-ring as well, so it will seat well. You drop this in just like so. And it'll kind of rock right in. And you can see it's standing up a little bit, and that's what's going to crush as we tighten it up.
Oh, lift me up from the valley. Lift me up, lift me up, lift me up from the storm. Oh, lift me up from the valley. Oh, lift me up, baby, let it shine. Get on up, raise your head and hold it high. Let it shine. Get on up.
Okay, I'm torquing these to 20 foot-pounds. People will come unglued that I don't do full star pattern. Here you go. Full star for you. Boom. I snuck up to it. We did 18 first. And we are now at 20. We got new washers on there that come in the Cometic kit. Everything feels really good. I'm happy with that.
Get on up, oh, raise your head and hold it high, and let it shine. Get on up, you are more than meets the eye, so let it shine. Get on up, raise your head and hold it high, let it shine. Get on up, you are more than meets the
Smells good.
What do you think?
I think it came out pretty good.
So the first start after the rebuild was very easy, very simple. Like last time I did my bike, it took a little longer than that, but hey, it's good.
That was a full engine rebuild, so that's a little different because there's a lot more grease.
Right.
A lot of times when you rebuild them, there's a lot of extra grease, and we put in a lot of that lube on the piston and everything, so sometimes it can take a little longer.
Alright, so the top end is done, the bike runs. We throw in a few other things here so we can start it. We don't need to go back. So tank is installed, we got our pipe, and then P3 carbon, silencer, everything is on. So at this point, just keep going, and then next video, everything will be done and we can ride this thing. Okay guys, well, stay motivated.
Stay motivated.